What's up guys, it's Missy. I am back with another SimCity Buildit video. Today we're going to be doing a high level Contest of Mayors walkthrough. This is the city Maple. I did one of his last week. He is a high level player who plays for free, so there are some limitations there. Now the reason that I'm making that known is because there's a couple of things that he's doing that maybe some of you guys are doing as well, and I just want to touch base on that. First off, if you are somebody who is a not paying player, you're not buying the Mayor's Pass, you're not buying the VU Pass, like you don't buy anything for the game, fair enough, that's totally fine. The question is, can you be successful without paying? Yes, you can, especially if you start off with the Missy's Building Guide. Now, if you don't start off with the Missy's Building Guide, which he did not, so he has a lot of ground to cover with that, and you pick and choose which aspects of the game you're going to participate in, you're not going to be successful. You'll be successful for a while, or maybe to what your standards of successful are, but you will not continue to be successful once you hit level 80 and beyond. And by successful, I mean winning com, right? Because essentially, if you're a not paying player indefinitely, then you need some source of income, with the game, if you want to continue to be able to design and buy buildings and what have you. So if you're not able to bring money in anymore because you aren't winning once you hit level 80 and beyond, then you've really, really, really hurt your overall income. If you let your money fall too far below, then you're not going to even have money to participate in the Contest of Mayors. So it's even all that much more vital for a player like this to make sure that they're not only doing everything right, but that they're doing everything that they can to stay 10 steps ahead, okay? By that, I mean that this player last week was unable to do a war card assignment because he did not have any war cards unlocked. After showing me his war cards, he only had maybe 5 unlocked total, and they were all at level 1. So it's not like he has to earn that many points in order to stack up those war cards. And I do have players on the Missy's Building Guide who do not spend any money and do just fine, okay? But again, they're on the Missy's Building Guide. Are you? Were you somebody who, decided that, oh, well, I found your channel too late, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at and suffer? Because I did warn you. Don't forget, I warned y'all, okay? So, here we go, okay? Let's get started. Before we do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and wish me luck. Okay, here we go. We have task assessment time. This is a high level player, level 67 or 68, I believe. Okay, so in the streaks, we have a premium of a low value. It's going to sit there until we get to the streaks. We have a premium 3K main task that needs done immediately because it's the highest in the list. At this value, the cactus task would need done, the simoleons. So that would mean either selling those items or opening the HQ, which you're going to have to be very, very, very careful on. The key is at the main value, but does not bring any good opportunity aside from value within the opportunity, or opportunity within value. So we're not quite to that point yet, but it is considered a main task, so mark it as a main task. So MMM are the first 3, okay? Rotatable option here would be the repair at 1600. Now that is more of a rotatable option for a low level player. It's not something that you should jump right to as a high level player. So make sure that you guys are, not doing something that brings very low opportunity this early on. Now we've got the 1560 on the bricks, which is a premium task of a non-premium value, right? So it's still a premium task though, it's just in the rotatable category. Then we have complete rows in HQ for 1500. Now this is really good because here's the thing. He can ignore that HQ task indefinitely. He doesn't have to do it at all. And so that's super helpful because it allows him to kind of plan better for his his coins tasks. You know, he knows that essentially the coins is about all he'll have to do, which is always fixable. The HQ task, not so much. You know, you always have to have an HQ task available in order to be able to do that one. Now he has feed for 1360. This one will likely not be rotated at all because of its, you know, long duration, long cooldown time, and low value. Now we have the non-premium Neo coins with an okay algorithm, meaning it can or cannot come back repeatedly. It's one of those hit and miss, see what happens kind of things. Kind of like cargo, if you will. Then we have the non-premium monster at 1,000. That's not going to be touched, so we mark that no touch. The next two, okay, so our residentials, one of which is a premium residential, one is non-premium. Always remember that regular residentials are non-premium. So if they are not at main task value, you should not rotate them at all. Okay, so if they're below 2,000 points, you mark them no touch. If they are above 2,000 points, you mark them main task. All right, now we have a design challenge for 800. That is a no-touch task. It's not premium, it's limited. You can only do it during the design challenge. There's no reason why you would ever want to open up that can of worms. Okay, let's get started. So he goes with the upgrade work hard, which is correct. Now here, he gets the Omega 1000. Now, immediately, this alerts me, okay? Whenever you do your very first task, and you get a very low task in return, that's not a good sign, okay? So automatically, I'm already skeptical about where this week's gonna go. Now, he does the earn simoleons for 2,900, okay? And he gets yogurt for 2520. Now this is where he makes the biggest mistake of his entire week. Instead of doing the main task of yogurt like he should have done, he decided that he was going to rotate a low premium, knowing that a low premium just came in. That task just came in, right? So let's go back here. Yeah. Here we have a 2520 on yogurt. Now, here's the thing. This task at this value needs done. If this task was at a lower value, let's say below the main task threshold, and he had better stuff to open up, or he was close to the streaks, then and only then would it make sense to allow this task to sit. Because of its value, yes, it sucks, but why didn't you prep yogurt? Hello, told you guys that in my com prep video. I told you guys to prep the longest item in your store or the item with the most possibility of popping up, okay? So what you should prep in your donut shop is yogurt. It will save you 4 hours worth of gold tokens, even if you wanted to, let's say, prep half and half, okay? Prep half yogurt and have something else in hopes that if you get, you know, some kind of a task like that, that you would have half and half chance and only have to spend half the cooldown time. That's how you can do your prep. So this whole reason for allowing this to sit and continue on, it'll get him the win this time more than likely because of his level. But if I did this at level 99, I would fail. I would fail miserably, and I would not be winning this week, I can assure you. That is a promise, okay? So you guys, you high-level players who are still winning, who are not playing seriously, who are like, well, yeah, I'm making mistakes, but you know what? I still win, so who gives a shit? Those players, hear me loud and clear. You will not continue to win beyond a certain point, which is usually right around level 80. Now, of course, there's always weeks where people take off. You know, the last week of the past is usually one of them where you see easier leaderboards. But you will not win. You cannot win like this, okay? So here he makes a huge, huge mistake, and he does a low premium that just came in. It just came in. So there was no reason to rotate it right now when he had other high premiums in his list. Now, here we have 1770 on seeds, 2520 on yogurt. Again, with the yogurt, didn't do it. So he went down and he rotated that low premium. Then he got plastic for 1740, and he did that over the seeds. Why? I'll tell you why. Seeds is technically higher, but he didn't do that, did he? No, because he wanted to save how many minutes? Seeds are what, 20? Plastic's 9? Yeah. Convenience. That's how this player's playing. That's what he's telling me. He's telling me that he's doing what's convenient to him. What fits into his plans of rotating low premiums and grabbing the high values that are convenient to him. That is exactly how he's playing. And it is super obvious. So again, I'll repeat that. What he's doing is he's doing any high value tasks that are convenient and rotating the low premiums. That's exactly how he's playing. Okay, so now he gets a 3K task. And now he gets wood for 1710. Again, seeds are higher. It's not that much longer. Those 60 points could mean winning or losing as a level 99 player. Get comfortable with playing as a level 99 player, because when you get there, you will lose and you will not be used to it. Now, again, he should not have actually done the seeds. He would have went with the yogurt, because every time he does a task, well, that sits there, he's doing the wrong thing. So what he did was he probably ran tokens on yogurt and continued on to do whatever. I don't know, to apparently do this. Okay, so now he gets a factory task for 1710. Well, wait a minute here. Why did you now pick seeds? Oh, convenience. That's why, right? This one's faster. Yes, you want to do things that are faster, but you have to go with what's efficient, not just what's convenient. You have to sacrifice, and you have to know when to sacrifice what. That's what this is all about. Why do you think they give you guys such long production times, such long times to finish tasks? Do you think they actually expect you to spend 2 days on a yogurt task? No, they don't. It's about convenience. It's about efficiency. It's about prepping. It's basically to trick you. It's to see how and who rotates things better than you. That's what it's all about, right? Are you going to be the player that dinks around and leaves something sit when you should have rotated something? Are you going to be the player that picks the wrong task? Probably. And until you learn what's right and wrong, you will be below the person that already knows better than you. If you want to win, you have to know better than the players you're up against. And the way you're playing now in the little leagues, with the advice that I've given you guys are able to smash those leaderboards and go to the top, because you, again, are against people who probably haven't been playing very long, or they are people who don't know what to do. They're not people, if you're playing competitively at level 99, it's because you know what the hell you're doing. You're not playing competitively at level 99 just to spend your hard-earned money. If you don't win at level 99, it costs you money. It costs you. And you can't have a cost that long for ever and not expect to pay out. Most people, sane people, are not going to pay $30, $40 of their hard-earned money every week just to participate in comm, just to lose, right? Ideally, like that's usually when you see people either quit playing competitively or they learn how to win because they're sick of losing. And that's usually when you see the most competitive players. So now he does a launch war attack, and then he gets a metal task. Now at this point, we're 11 tasks in. You haven't cut a clue yet that what the game's doing to you. It's giving you a 3K task, and it's making up for the 2K task you're doing over here. Well, the below 2K task you're doing over here. So the game's not putting you in reverse rotation. That's a good thing, okay? And it's getting screwed up by the choices, by allowing that yogurt to sit that long. Okay, so here we are. We've got a Launch 2 VU, lime simoleons for 2,500, so that's a... Okay, so here, this, again, why didn't you go, okay, so why didn't you go with keys here? Okay, keys doesn't bring much opportunity, but at this point, if you're not going to do the yogurt and you're going for high value, right, and what's quick, why didn't you go with keys? I would have went with the yogurt. It's been how many hours? It's been how many tasks? What? I don't understand. You know, why this doesn't make sense to me. That those 15 tasks that you did, you could have still done just as well by waiting the couple hours for the yogurt first. You got to know when to sit out and when to not. So essentially, you guys, for those of you guys not really understanding when you should and when you shouldn't, ask yourself this. Do I have enough time to at least get, and I don't know what your guys' work schedule is, that'll depend greatly on your work schedule, but he's in my group, so I know what his work schedule is. And I know that war just started, okay? So I know that he has plenty, he would have been just fine and been able to reach, let's say, 20 assignments left, which would have been right around the streaks, by the time first war ended, just fine, had he done yogurt first. Okay, so now we got the Omega for 2,000. Now he does yogurt. This, look at the timestamps. 4 days, 20 hours. 4 days, 20 hours. Look at this. 1 hour from this task. Over saving 1, 2, 3 assignments you did in 1 hour. And then you did the yogurt. Why didn't you just wait? What was the rush? You kind of see where I'm going with this? Doesn't make sense. Now I'm going to show you guys something. Now that he's done this yogurt, watch the tasks he gets. Latin. Cactus, 3,000. London, 3,000. Launch disaster, 2,000. Now look what he does. Look, I can't believe it myself. 2,600 task, right there. Look at what he was, oh, this just floors me, you guys. Don't even know. This doesn't make sense to me. 2,500. 2,400. 3,000. 3,000. 2,000. 2,600. Those were an excellent doorway. You couldn't ask for a better doorway than that. And you just fucked it up, dude. You're just like, nah, don't want to do that. I'll just go with the 1,800 plastic. Why? Why would you do that? The downtime on the cake, are you kidding me? They're an hour and something. Throw some tokens on it. Get her done. I mean, you're the king of epics. You're just doing epic after epic after epic after epic. You should have plenty of tokens. What's the problem? The downtime, this does not make sense to me. We're at 4 days and 20 hours left of the contest. More than enough time. Way more than enough time to take some downtime to do the right thing. Look how many tasks he is in. He's got 37 tasks left. What in the hell are you running so fast for that you got to skip up over the right fucking choice? This does not make sense. Remember when I use that quote that I tell you guys and I say, go as fast as you possibly can while making all of the right choices? That the reason that you're going so fast is so that when these instances occur that you can afford to take this downtime, that's what this is for. going this fast and skipping up over things like this is not what speed was meant for. That's not at all what the hell I was telling you guys to do, right? No reason why you should be this far into comm and not make a sacrifice like this with that little assignments remaining, okay? That is asinine. I can't even begin to explain how ridiculous this is. I don't understand the logic of this player. I just don't. Okay? You're not going to help yourself or do yourself any favors if you finish all of your assignments on the first day, but you end with a 70K less score because you picked all of the wrong things. So he does plastic and he gets a 2,000 task. Now he does cake. So let's go back. 20 hours. Okay? Does plastic. 19 hours remaining. 4 days, 19 hours remaining. He does the VU. Now he decides to take the 2 hours downtime. Now. So, these two choices that you just made didn't speed things up at all for you. You ended up having to take the downtime anyways. See where I'm going with that? Should have just stopped and done what was right. Okay? Now he gets Paris for 1,600 after the cake. Yeah. And he goes with Paris for 1,600. Why? I don't know. Okay, well, first off, I haven't seen a bottom screenshot in, I don't know, forever. I ask you guys to put those every 5 or so tasks. So thank you for that. But from what I can see on the bottom of your list here, I see a 1560 on brakes. 40 points lower, doesn't cost cash, isn't non-premium. It's technically non-premium, but it's not a reoccurring task. The algorithm is good. It's premium for a low-level player. Algorithm, how often do you get a bricks task to come back around? Very, very rarely. Again, doesn't cost cash, and it's only 40 points less. And it's lower down on the list, which means it has a higher chance of giving you something good. But you went with Paris. I don't know why. Okay? So he gets coins. Now he does the 1,800 on cargo. But wait a minute. Why didn't you rationalize cargo before? Doesn't make sense. Why? Because Paris can be worth more? 2,400? You don't want Paris to come back. Those aren't the tasks you should be rotating. The reason that you rotated, or should have rotated, the cargo would have been in hopes that it didn't return. That it would open up something better. Right? Well, I can't remember if you've done cargo or not. Now we're at 32 tasks remaining. And he's got a 2,900 electrical. Now would be the time to get this going. Because he's at 32 tasks remaining. He's 12 tasks before he even thinks about doing streaks. Can't really afford to let this one sit. Don't know what his schedule is for nighttime, but laying down one round. He is a high-level player. He has all of these factory slots unlocked, meaning he could do this in one round. Not two, one. No reason why he should not have started the electrical. Okay, so he does 1,470 on minerals. Now, I ask you, what in the hell is this player thinking? By logic, let's look at his list. Again, saying that he didn't want to take the downtime for the electrical right now, that I could understand. Not really, honestly, because look at where he's at with his 4 days, 17 hours. He really should have taken the downtime for the electrical. But let's just say that, he was a little further in. What else could he have done here that would have been better? Well, we've got keys for 2,000, which doesn't really bring in very good opportunity. So look at the 1560 on bricks. Let me pull up the bottom half of his list here on a different device, since he doesn't submit those either. You can tell I'm frustrated with this person, can't you? It irritates me, you guys, when I try to teach you guys the right thing and the mistakes that you make they don't make any sense to me. It's one thing to make mistakes, it's another thing just to do like this. Here's how I see this, okay? When you make a decision like this, I put myself in your situation and I think, what was this person thinking? What could they possibly have thought that would have led them to choose what they chose? I can look at the electrical and think, okay, maybe he doesn't want to open up that doorway right now. Maybe he doesn't want to take that kind of downtime right now. Okay, let's go to the next thing. What was the next possible option? Keys. Okay, that's a non-premium, and it doesn't give good opportunity, and it has a high algorithm. So again, because of its value, yeah, it could be done if you were in a really big jam, but ideally we're trying to open up something really good here. So with the bricks and the minerals, that's what it comes down to, bricks or minerals. He chose to take a task that was less in value, lower on the bricks is lower on the list, so something that had just come in for a low value. And I cannot think of why he would do this. What logical reason does he have to not choose bricks? And I'll tell you what it is. I already know what it is. Convenience. He didn't have them done. He probably had his shop filled with something that he didn't want to, empty out. And so he decided to go with minerals. Well, sometimes you have to do the right thing, right? So let's keep going here. Gets the Omega 3000, Work Hard 3000, so luckily he had those to do. Launch VU 3000. Okay, so let's go back to here. We're at 30 tasks remaining, so 30 tasks in. Okay, he's done 30 assignments roughly, and he's got just barely over a 2K average. Now, we got a 3000 VU, a 2000 limestone. I can't remember. Okay, that was an upgrade. I can't remember how many he's done, how many coins he's done. I think he's done a couple. Not for that map specifically, but just a couple of coins tasks. So he's got to upgrade Paris for 2000. Okay, so now he gets the yogurt for this value. Now this is the value where you would leave yogurt alone. Now he goes for the keys, which don't bring any opportunity. Right before the streaks, mind you. Now it's too late to rotate in the electrical because he waited too long. So he went with the Paris for 1600 after the keys over the bricks. Then we've got, now mind you, how much has that Paris assignment cost him? He did it twice now at that value that I counted. So add it up. The cash that it takes to do 4 Paris, okay, that he didn't have to do. Because he would have rotated something else before and likely left that task alone to sit. Now he gets a non-premium epic, but it's of a premium value, right around a premium value, so it's in the main task category. Now he gets delivery to Paris for a 3rd time. Now we've done 7 of these flights that he didn't need to pay for. Okay, so gets a low plastic one. Now I know that he never even prepped the electrical. Smooth move. Like, come on, dude. You should have just done the electrical. Look at where we're at, you guys. 4 days and 15 hours left, and we're already to the streaks. If you're going to go this fast, do it while making all of the right choices. Don't sacrifice your success for it. Don't sacrifice your score for it. That's ridiculous. The reason you're going fast is so you can be successful, not so you can just be the fastest in the room with the lowest score. That's not the plan. Oh, now Keys comes back. Shocked, right? Yeah, we knew that was going to come back around. Not a big deal for its value, but okay. What's that? 10 Paris. We're up to 10. Paying for this 10 times now. Imagine the inventory that takes. Okay? All non-premium, mind you. Youch. That was a pretty penny. Okay, now we're at the streaks. So he gets a 3K upgrade Paris, which obviously he's going to do that before the streaks. Now he gets Keys for 2,000 again. Well, we know the algorithm of Keys, so that's not surprising. Okay, so now he gets on to the streaks. At 4 days, 15 hours, mind you. Okay. So, new deliveries to Tokyo. A little bit more cash there. Cargo. That was a regional silk task. Upgrade Tokyo. Earn cactus. Minerals. Oil. Paris. Beef. Oh, that was a fun task. 12 beef? That sucks. Yep, but he did that one on time. Oh, he's on the streaks. He has to. That's right. Okay. Limestone Cliffs. Upgrade London. Cargo again. How many times have you done cargo this round? I think we've done, 9 rows of cargo? So those are $10 roughly, right? So 90 there, 140 on Paris. So he's about 200 and something in just with that alone. Doesn't count the Tokyo. He spent a pretty penny so far. So you better win. What I'm trying to make the point of is you will likely win this round because of who you're against. But if you go into the higher leagues playing like this, you won't. Okay, now we got veggies. Upgrade. Epic. Omega. Omega's not cheap. You gotta make those canisters, you guys. Wood. Upgrade Old Town. Upgrade Latin. Upgrade London. Hats. Upgrade Paris. Launch VU. That was the last thing that was loaded in. Done with his streaks, and now he's on to electrical. Would be my assumption. Now we're at 4 days, 6 hours remaining, and he's already done with the streaks, and on to the electrical. Well, it's one thing, like I said, it's one thing to go fast, but you cannot make bad choices. Those bad choices, you got to go back and look at what happened. Okay? He got the yogurt, which, by the way, should have been already prepped. Try to prep that stuff, you guys. If, let's say you open up your shop, okay? And the yogurt, or you're not your shop, your list. And let's just say for a minute that this was his starting list and he had prepped yogurt and it's there at $1,400. Don't do it if it's there of that low value and open up the possibility of it coming back with a high value and really fucking you up. Okay? Just clear it out and put something else down. Right? Now, fire pits, yogurt, beef, that kind of stuff, they do come in quite a bit and they do take a while. Now, ideally, they do take also quite a bit of inventory to prep that kind of stuff. But even if you prepped, let's say 5 of them, okay, that roughly, if you guys look up the production guide, for those of you guys who do not know how to read the production charts, they're super easy to read. I have videos on that. But basically, if he was to pull up the production guide and go across and look, and it shows you guys exactly how many yogurt you can finish in 1 gold token based on whatever shop level you have. Okay, and on average, you get about 3 per 1 gold token. So a task where you have to do 10, you're looking at basically 4 gold tokens. Okay? Now, that's a 4-hour downtime. He had more than enough time left over to take that kind of downtime, to send his week in a completely different direction. Knowing when to take downtime and when not to. If there's something that is better in your list that will open up equal or better opportunity than what you're giving up, then and only then do you take downtime. If you're taking downtime, active downtime, to do an assignment that is really not going to get you a whole lot, or you have other assignments in the list that would have led you in a good direction still, that is when you screw up, knowing when to do it, when not to do it, is kind of something you learn through practice, but always pay attention to how much time you have remaining and how far you are in. It's not a race. It's not, who can finish the fastest. It's who can finish the fastest and the best with the best score. I don't care how fast you go if you lose in the end, right? So, again, you guys, with the people that are high-level players, let this be a lesson to you. Don't do this. Pay attention to what you are choosing. Know when to take downtime, when not to. I don't know how much better to explain it. Just keep watching the walkthroughs, okay? And I also want to mention this, you guys, that when you watch these walkthrough videos, and I hear this all the time, oh, but in so-and-so's video, this happened to them and this was the right choice. No. Go back to that video and look at the circumstances. There's always multiple circumstances being analyzed. What level were they? What was their daytime, their nighttime? Did they have anything going on their game that would have not allowed them to do that assignment? Did they, were they near the streaks? How much time remaining was there? How many tasks remaining were there? You can't look at one person's list and another person's list and get the same choice based on that. And that is why I have the comm math system. Okay? That is how, when I was training people, what was happening was players were saying, but in this situation, last time, this was the answer. No, because that wasn't the situation last time. And then you paint out the situation and they're like, oh yeah, there was 97 other things you forgot to look at. That's why I invented the comm math system, because players were forgetting to look at everything. They're narrowing what they're looking at as to opportunity and value, and that is all. Okay? You get into a really bad habit of doing that, and you will not be successful. Okay? You have to look at value, opportunity, history of your assignments, time remaining, tasks remaining, limited time, all of it. Everything on that math list, downtime, cooldowns, all of it. You got to look at everything, analyze everything, and see how it's going to affect you going forward. Okay? You can have the exact same list, and get 2 totally different answers on what's right based on the criteria behind the assignments. For example, perfect example, okay? Let's say that I have a 1K Omega in my list, and he has a 1K Omega in his list. I have a 1K VU, he has a 1K VU, and that's launch. Now, let's say that he has a 2,000 repair, and I have a 2,000 repair. What's the correct choice? Launch VU for 1,000, Omega for 1,000, or repair? you can't tell me the correct choice because you don't have the information to get the correct choice. Let's say that for me, I haven't rotated anything. It's the start of the week. I haven't done Omega yet. That would be my choice, right? But let's say for him, he's in reverse rotation. He's already rotated Omega several times. Why would he do it again? He's already rotated Launch VU. He's in reverse rotation. So what would be the correct choice? Repair. See what I'm saying? You have to look at everything. You have to look at everything. Okay? I know I cannot say that enough. You guys are not looking at everything. You're kind of skipping over certain pieces and just looking at value and opportunity, and it's showing greatly with your guys' choices. You know, in this case, this person's doing what's convenient and what allows them to go as fast as possible. You can tell what was important to this player this week. Speed. Going as fast as he could possibly go. What was most important to him. You don't finish all 6 streaks and have, very little, tasks remaining with 4 days and 6 hours unless you're cutting corners and making wrong choices. And I mean, sure, I've done it. I guess I shouldn't say it's not possible. It is possible, but it's highly unlikely that you get a week where you move this quickly without making mistakes, is what I'm trying to say. So when someone moves this fast, it's very unlikely that they didn't make mistakes unless they happen to have a week where they didn't get a whole lot of stuff that required any kind of downtime. They didn't get a whole lot of factory productions, and they were able to not have a whole lot of regionals. They had a lot of upgrades or something like that. It does happen, but it's highly unlikely. Okay, so if you have any sense about you at all, what you'll do is you'll slow down just a little bit, okay? And remember that efficiency trumps speed. Speed is always super important. But when you're going this fast, you got 4 days, 6 hours left. We still have a whole nother war to go. And you're already almost done. There was no reason why you had to make the sacrifices that you made for speed, for time. So good luck to you. Hopefully this helps. Because like I said, you're not going to win when you get up there in the higher levels if you don't make some serious changes. The people above you don't make these mistakes. And when you lose over 1,000 points, that really sucks. Okay? And that happens when you play perfectly. So can you imagine what's going to happen when you don't play perfectly?